Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rich Bradley, President of the Board of Public Service. This is the regular meeting of the Board of Public Service for Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. This is a public meeting and there are no hearings or no lettings today. So I would ask that only members of this board be allowed to speak unless recognized by myself or the secretary. At this time, I'll ask the secretary to please call the roll.
Director Days. Director Flake.
Present.
Director Hayes is excused. Director Patel.
Present.
Director Pearson.
Present.
President Bradley.
Present, we have a quorum. I'll call this meeting in order.
From the President, recommendation that approval be given as follows. First Amendment to contract number 80276, hydraulic cylinder service for light and heavy duty equipment with J&J Services, Inc. This amendment supersedes and replaces the existing contract by increasing the applicable labor rates as detailed in the contract. The original contract term ending on September 30th, 2029 remains unchanged. Supplemental Agreement Number 20 to PSA 1210, Open-Ended Architectural Design, Drafting and Estimated Services at St. Louis Lambert International Airport with Oculus, Inc. for $20,005.84. This supplemental agreement is amended to modify the scope of work and is authorized by various ordinance numbers to be submitted as task orders are issued. From the Office of Special Events, request for the following to be approved, subject to certain conditions. There are 6 special events to be declared as festival zones. Feast of St. Cecilia Festival will take place on Eichelberger between Louisiana and Alaska on November 22nd from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and on November 23rd from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Setup and teardown will begin on November 22nd at 8 a.m. and end on November 23rd at 11:30 p.m. Dia de los Muertos Festival 2025 will take place on Delmar between Rosendale and Des Peres on November 1st from 4 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Setup and teardown will begin at 9 a.m. and end at 11:50 p.m. Diamond Diva Domestic Violence Awareness Rally and Walk will take place on Manchester between Vanderventor and Talmadge on October 18th from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. Winterfest will take place at Kena Plaza from November 22nd to January 4th. Setup and teardown will begin on October 27th at 6 a.m. and end on January the 19th at 7 p.m. Four Hands Roof Fest will take place on South 8th between Hickory and Dead End on October 4th from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. 25th Annual Hickert Toss-Off will take place on Wise between Tam and Childress on October 4th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. From the Director of Public Utilities, recommendation that the board declares as emergency action for the following. Labor and materials to perform alignment between the motor and pump 2 in the distributive building at the Chain of Rocks Water Treatment Plant. The estimated cost of this work is $12,000. Repair service on the Agilent GC MS that is not covered under the current service contract. The estimated cost of this work is $9,926.10. From the Director of Streets, recommendation that the following be approved, subject to certain conditions. Request by Joyous Enterprise, LLC, to encroach with tables and chairs for a sidewalk cafe at 1934 Macklin Avenue, situated on both sides of Macklin and Daggett. We have 3 conditional use permits from the Director of Public Safety.
Good afternoon, Mr. President and members of the board. My name is Sandra Long, Plan Examiner for the city, and I'll be representing the Building Commissioner at today's meeting. For Board Order Number 766 transmitted herewith are recommendations for the following conditional use agenda applications. Approval with conditions is recommended for 2 applications, 6909 Southwest and 1901 North Kings Highway. Approval is recommended for 1 application, 4066 Lindo. I request that these recommendations be approved as submitted.
Thank you, Sandra. Are there any questions on today's conditional uses? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the conditional uses as submitted.
Second.
Thank you, directors. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Days.
Aye.
Director Flake.
Aye.
Director Patel.
Aye.
Director Pearson,
Aye.
President Bradley.
Aye, today's conditional uses are approved. Thank you. I'd like to turn your attention to our meeting minutes from last Tuesday, September 16th, 2025. Are there any questions or any comments on the meeting minutes as presented? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve, please.
So moved, Pearson.
Second, Days.
Thank you, directors. I'll call for previous roll. Is there any objection to use of previous roll? Seeing none, the minutes are approved. Thank you. Today's BPS meeting agenda, are there any questions or comments on today's agenda items? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve, please.
So moved, Days.
Second, Flake.
Thank you. I'll call for previous roll. Is there any objection to use of previous roll? Seeing none, today's agenda is approved. Thank you. Before we adjourn, are there any questions or any comments from any of our board directors? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved, Days.
Second, Patel.
Thank you, directors. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all. Have a great afternoon.
You too.